Hi, I'm Roman Babich, and I'm doing a documentary on TriMet safety. In the last couple of years, there have been many concerns regarding TriMet safety on its buses and light rail. TriMet serves about 250,000 people on a daily basis, and I'm wondering, is it safe?
Over by North Terminal, supposedly in the way of buses coming out of North Terminal. So I had to ram the high horn and I brought it out to the 4th Street to stop, so it should be okay. But there you go.
Hey, since you successfully made contact with police and we've established a presence there.
Okay.
So where are we going?
So where we're going is we're going to interview a union member right now, so we'll get the union's point of view on the whole TriMet safety thing. So, yeah.
I'm Bruce Hansen, president of Amalgamated Transit Union, representing TriMet drivers, school bus drivers, and paratransit drivers over the city of Portland, Walla Walla, Washington, clear down to Medford.
What has the union done to make TriMet safer for the public?
The union draws attention to safety concerns that is brought to us by the membership, which are the employees that we represent.
A TriMet area where buses come through here. There's a train over there. We're going to interview people and ask them what they think about TriMet and TriMet safety. Do you feel that TriMet is safe?
No.
Yes, they have a criteria they're supposed to meet.
I feel safe on it. I feel like when the Max is moving really fast, there's like a wave to it, like it's moving side to side. I notice it when my bike's like going all crazy and stuff. But other than that, I feel pretty safe.
I think most recently we had a derailment out there as well with some concerns. We have numerous areas of the track that have thinning rails, and we've showed pictures of that to ODOT and to TriMet.
From having a derailment ever happen again?
We're always looking for ways to improve, but specifically regarding the derailment, the incident continues to be under investigation.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that.
Oh, really?
No.
We are also working very closely with the manufacturer of the bracket that failed.
Well, there was a complicated explanation that it's on my blog, something to do with the truck and parts on the truck. I don't know. I wasn't Max, so I don't know. But you can look that up on, some maintenance issue, of course. I mean, the union has been talking about that forever. These things are getting older and older, and they're not doing the maintenance to keep it up. They're too busy expanding the system to keep up with what they have. That's one of the major problems here is you can't continually expand service and maintain what you have when you're dealing with finite resources. So yeah, it's a maintenance issue.
It's concerning, but once in I don't know how long, doesn't seem like a huge safety problem.
Obviously they didn't do something correctly. That kind of thing's not supposed to happen. Your truck isn't supposed to fall off, and that's what happened. It's just lucky the train was going slow, because otherwise people would have been hurt. Yeah, it's a complete failure of maintenance.
I mean, there was that door that opened too, so I guess the Max door, it was on the news or something, but I would imagine with all the trips they make, stuff's got to happen.
Maintenance crews right after that incident inspected trains to see if there was a similar situation so that we could look at that. And I think there were just a handful, maybe 4, that were cracked, and we replaced them. So it was really critical that that inspection happened, and now working with the manufacturer.
That we sent them. So that was the only ones they had scripted for. So was there a difference there?
The difference between the scripted questions and the non-scripted questions, I feel that the way TriMet answered the non-scripted questions, they were trying to repeat some of the answers that they already gave. That's the way I felt, and that they were just relying on just scripted answers as much as possible.
There's a lot of room for TriMet regarding safety, and a lot of that room stems from listening to their employees' concerns and addressing those, and not just shying them off as, it's this person or that person, and it's not an important issue to them.
About the union, you yourself are a union member?
Yes.
And how has the union tried to talk to TriMet to make it more safer?
The million-dollar question. Well, none of us members really know the workings of the union vis-a-vis the executives. We don't get to see that. I'm not really sure. I couldn't answer that and tell you what their steps are. I know that the union has been frustrated by TriMet more than once, and like ongoing frustration. So I'm not sure what they're doing. I mean, they ran a lot of ads trying to show the other side of the point, because TriMet's constantly putting out propaganda against its union members.
What do you think about the radio systems?
Our new radio system,
Yeah.
our new radio init system, I believe that it's still in the test phase, and I don't believe that it should have been implemented as quickly as it was.
The radio system is working properly. There seems to be some misinformation as to what its capabilities are. There are various systems that have been greatly improved from the previous system.
We have in numerous blackout areas, communication errors, which is not only a concern for our operators, it's a concern for the public. Operators are being timed out. Originally, they were being timed out rather quickly. They've extended that time, but my understanding is there's no need for a timer on that at all.
And we are now going through a re-education program with the bus operators to ensure that they do understand how it works and how they should respond.
Obviously, radios are a critical piece of what is that communication link between our operators and our dispatcher. Obviously, if there's need for assistance or anything like that, that's that critical link. And so it's really critical that radio works, and it actually, as Harry is saying, it works better than the old system did. So obviously with the new system there's education, so we're continuing to do that, but we're very satisfied. But always with the new system you have little bugs to work out, and so we always work at those. So I would say it's a system that's really working and working well, and it's this education curve as well as you learn new systems.
My name is Al Margulies. I was a driver for 15 years, blogger for 7 years, retiree for 2 years, and just love bus news and bus information, and I follow TriMet right to the T.
There is also concern regards the lane changes on the Hawthorne Bridge.
When the safety department did receive a concern from one of our from our bus operators, and members of the safety group went out, including myself, to do an evaluation. We do believe that there is some room for improvement, and we're going to be working with the city to see whether or not we're able to implement those changes.
I don't know of anything that they've done to change it or improve it. I know we've had close calls up there with the buses and the traffic in general with the bicyclists up there, but I don't know what they've done to change it, or if it's on their plate.
I wouldn't imagine any bus would change lanes on the bridge, would they?
So the issue with the Hawthorne Bridge is when the buses come off the bridge, they have to cross a bike lane to get into the bus stop area to pick up people, and that causes a lot of concern regarding the bike riders, because sometimes the bike riders don't see the bus, or the bus doesn't see the bike riders, and there is a large chance that someone may get hurt or even die.
Well, it's bad, obviously. It's a safety hazard. I mean, they shouldn't be crossing in and out. They're coming right off that bridge. If you're going east, there's the problem getting over to the bus stop. That's immediate. There's all these bikes coming at you as you're going across. It's ridiculous. I even went down there and looked at that. I couldn't believe how unsafe that was. But most drivers are good drivers. I mean, most TriMet drivers are skilled, and they don't have accidents. It's very rare to get a bad accident here, as you know. I mean, we had one really bad one, Sandy Day. Most of the other ones are all fender bender stuff. Very, very rare for people to get hurt in the bus.
You know what? I think that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous.
The reason why I'm doing this documentary is because of David Sale's story.
I guess I would add one other thing, that when you think about Harry coming back to TriMet, he came back after the fatal collision in Old Town area back in April of 2010. And it was our general manager, Neil McFarland, who said safety has to be a value and embraced, and it touches everything we do.
All right, if you could tell us your name and who you are.
David Sale, and I'm the father of Danielle Sale. Danielle was a student at Clark College. She was a very caring and compassionate person. She worked in the medical field and loved taking care of people that couldn't take care of themselves. I think she was 6 or 7 years old. She did a penny drive for the homeless because she was so concerned about people like that. And she worked at a nursing home here in Vancouver for a while and was trying to get her medical degrees to be a life flight nurse, was her goal. So she's going to be very missed in that field. And her legacy will live on because I refuse to let her be a statistic unless she is the statistic that mattered. And I won't quit until they do a better job. And I know that they've honored her by doing a better job. So. Sandy Day, who was the driver of bus 2514, pulled up at the corner of Gleason and Broadway on the right-hand curb lane heading westbound on Gleason. And she dropped off a passenger at she used that as a courtesy stop, which was her #1 mistake. And she had to make an illegal left-hand turn from a right-hand curb lane. It was less than 50 feet from the curb, and she immediately came from the right-hand curb lane and crossed 2 lanes of traffic moving in the same direction and another parking lane, and mowed my daughter and 4 of her friends over in the crosswalk. She then proceeded to drag him 60 feet and stop the bus. It lowered on top of my daughter, and my daughter passed away after they got him out and got him loaded in an ambulance. They extricated her out, and she had passed away after they got her out from under it.
But you know how it is. I mean, government will allow so many people to be killed before they'll put in a red light, for example. And that's what you see here with the lack of safety. It's all very nice propaganda. We can talk about it and, you know, be seen, be safe, but actually getting them to do things themselves, getting government to actually react to citizens is a whole other story. Okay, after 20 people are killed, we'll put in the red light, but the first 19, oh well, it's just collateral damage, you know, that's pretty much how the government thinks. And TriMet is just part of government, so they're doing the same thing that they all do. So what, we lose a few people here and there, big deal. I really believe that too, by the way.
But it's a safe system. We're always looking to make it safer.
TriMet is safe for the most part, but it has issues that it needs to deal with. And I believe and I hope that TriMet will keep improving